let's look at some of the personnel and some of the key decisions that are going to be made in the next, I believe, January 15th has typically in the past been the cutoff date for declaring for the NFL draft. So first and foremost, Will Levis, has he made his decision?
Yeah, Levis is coming back to school this year for next year. I guess, he put out the feelers, however you do that, and, got the results back, and it wasn't, I think he was considered maybe a low round draft pick, maybe 6th, 7th, something like that. And so he's coming back to school. So he's definitely going to be back next year. And then we just jump in, since we talked about Wan'Dale Robinson, he's probably the biggest, the biggest X factor, so to speak. The season he's had, it would not surprise me if he left. Coach Marrow had some interesting comments with for our weekly show, our nightly show that we do here at the TV station that I work for. He said, he wouldn't, it wouldn't surprise him if he left, but he obviously wouldn't surprise him if he came back. Because somebody could always, with the NIL now, somebody could always throw you a however many $1,000, bonus or whatever, sign you to a deal, you make, you can make, what they can do now, they can make in a season, what they might make as, as a rookie in the NFL. So, but yeah, I said it would not, if you had to hold me down and I say he's gone. That's my choice. Yeah, that's my thought. And, obviously for all of us in the Big Blue Nation, I hope I'm wrong, but I think just, his stock, I don't think is going to be any higher. I don't know how much higher his stock can go after this year, coming back for another year. Now I'll say that, and he may come back and have an even better year next year, but I just don't, I could see him being like, second, third round pick, somewhere like a Rondale Moore, kind of player. Usually it's kind of a good analogy. And then the other one is Chris Rodriguez, the running back. I said, I think he comes back, and then I said, who knows? He had another incredible season, but, he did have problems, didn't have any problems against Iowa, but he had problems holding on to the ball this year. He'd never had any problems with fumbles at Kentucky, but for some reason, and that happened this year. I could see him coming back and having like another dominating year and really, really helping his stock. So that's what I'm gonna say. Levis is coming back. We already know. I say Robinson goes to the NFL and Rodriguez comes back. And if you get those, you get 2 out of 3, it's still going to be a really good team, next year when you throw in the fact that they have the best recruiting class in history coming in and a lot of guys who they think can start from, come in and contribute from day one. So.
Chris Rodriguez did something that's very difficult to do. He ran for over 100 yards against Iowa's defense, 107 on the ground to finish with 1379 for the season, 6.1 yards per carry and 9 touchdowns. And the numbers that Wan'Dale Robinson put up are just staggering. 104 catches, over 1,300 yards, and 7 touchdowns for Wan'Dale Robinson. So, Kevin, there's also a decision to be made. Oh, no, you let me know before we started to record. Not a decision to be made. It's already been made and announced by Josh Paschal on the defensive side.
Right. Yeah. Josh has already announced he's going to put his name in, go to the NFL. I can't say, can't blame him on that one. He wanted to play. He hurt his leg in the Louisville game, and they thought he was going to be able to play in the bowl game, but he re-injured it in practice and wasn't able to play. And then, Coach Stoops said that, we could play him, but I just can't in good conscience, one of those, like, I just can't in good conscience put him in this situation and risk him getting, some kind of injury. We saw what happened, with Ole Miss, in their game. But he's already said he's going to the NFL. Now, DeAndre Square, who we just talked about, he hasn't made a decision yet. That one I think could go either way. But and then you have Marquand McCall up front. He could possibly put his name in. He had a really, really, really good year this year. Another one of those, if you come back, do you and have another really great year, does your stock go up higher, or are you already as high? Is your stock already as high as you can get? I guess that's what they're, going through that process right now and trying to figure out with the coaches, they put out those feelers and everything, and what kind of feedback they get back. So, but yeah, Pascal's definitely gone, and everyone else, no one else on the defensive side of the ball yet, who's obviously already wasn't leaving due to graduation, hasn't made a decision yet. So.